Hello everybody. Hey, welcome to Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. It's your boy Rob. How you doing? Voice is a little beat up today. Wasn't feeling so hot. So please speed up your video to whatever speed that I sound normal for you. Um, 1.5 times what I usually watch it at. And so I just did another video on an eBay pickup that I got. And if you know me here at Old Style Classics Baseball Cards, how you doing? You know, I love old style cards, whether they're original Allen and Ginters and tobacco cards and all that stuff from the old school, or Topps Allen and Ginters, my favorite set. And that's why I am a huge fan of that. But this weekend, last weekend that passed, we went up to San Mateo. It's up in the peninsula here in the Bay Area. And went to Lefty's Sports Cards, and they didn't have any hobby boxes, Allen and Ginters, which is what I was looking for. But I did pick up this blaster and 3 Sportsking Volume 5s that they still had there, which you've seen me do some videos before. And so I'm going to show you what I got on those because they're right here next to me. On the previous video, you know, some of you probably won't like it, but I had to get it because it is in the it's a custom card made by this person, Binnick, numbered 55 of 2025. 47 should give you a clue as to what this is, but this is in the style of Allen and Ginter, so I had to have it. So I like it. I think doing a good job. And that's the 2021 style Donald J. Trump, United States of America, almost a goner card, which is funny. So I had to pick that up when I saw it on eBay. So there you go. So let's see what we got from these 4 blasters. So it shouldn't take too long for the good one. I mean, Sportkings, mostly because they only come with 1 pack. I mean, it comes with a box that has the base set for that volume. And then the bonus pack, which is comes with like the hit and then some short print versions. Alright, let me pull these cards out, see what we got. I'm not going to show you all of them. I'm just going to see what kind of highlights we got out of the Allen & Ginter 2025 blaster, which for the most part have been really bad this year. But the one I got at San Jose Card Show was epic. So I have done good on one of them here on Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. Please like and subscribe. Leave messages. Don't have too much. Hope you enjoy that. Leave comments, whatever you like. So let's look at the minis, my favorite cards. So we got Brandon Nimmo. And that's an Allen & Ginter back. So short print. Godino. Short print. Musician. Retail exclusive. Steve Carlton. On the gold border. Then our base minis, which are short prints compared to the full-size cards. So, nevertheless, my man Fergie Jenkins, card number 3 from the 2025 Allen & Ginter set. Young, Mr. Cy Young, Cyrus. Short print, 348. Great Cy Young. Now, I'll give you a clue. One of the other eBay pickup that I was talking about that I'm waiting on has to do with one of these, but not this one in particular. But the insert set, Allen & Ginter State Bird, Montana, Western Meadowlark. Oh, hey, shout out to my New Mexico Lobos. That's where I went to college. Grew up in Albuquerque, live in the Bay Area now, but University in New Mexico, my Lobos. I've had a great season because I got a new coach and they weren't expected to do anything better than like 4th or 5th place. And up to the last game, we could have tied for first with Utah State and San Diego State, but they end up losing. So we've been a bubble team all year long, but still we got 23 wins already, and so we're on the bubble making the tournament. And the coach's first year, which is epic. They beat San Jose State, which is just down the street from me, last night in the Mountain West tournament. So congratulations to them. We got to play San Diego State tonight before San Diego State leaves for the Pac-12, along with Utah State and some other schools. So it's fitting end for our rivalry. I remember, man, back in the days like the 80s and 90s, San Diego State stunk. They were like San Jose State, but they've built themselves back up. And so we play them tonight on the late game on old CBS Sportsnet, and I think around 9 o'clock. So anyone's wanting to check that game out, it's probably the best game of the day. And other than Utah State and Nevada before that. And if we can beat them, if we beat San Diego State for the second of 3 times this year, I think that'll probably get us just in scraping into the tournament. Obviously, if we win the championship, we're automatically in. But if we lose tonight, yeah, we're not going anywhere. Hey, it's my wife. Now, hold on a second, folks. Hello, you're on speakerphone, and you're on Old Style Classics baseball cards. Try it again.
Hello, Mr. Old Style Classic baseball cards.
She still got it wrong, folks.
I still can't say it. My goodness.
Say hi to the people.
Hi to the people.
All right, people, I'm going to put you on pause. Hey, everybody, I'm back. Yeah, there's my wife. I was actually started another video when she called the first time, and I paused it, and then when I came back, it was gone. So lucky for me, she called again. But anyway, State Bird. So something like that from eBay coming up. Next, we got a Randy Johnson. Not focusing. Got a little attention deficit disorder there. All right, big unit. Card number 4. And then Lawyer, the racing dude. So cool. Hey, check out my other video, or I just did check out my other channel, Rob's TV World, and I just did some videos on watches, and the last 2 watches I just did were the chronographs for racing chronographs. So like that guy might have on his wrist there. If you're into watches and everyday carry and style and all that kind of stuff, check out my channel, Rob's TV World. Okie dokie, so there's your minis. What? Half of them were, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of the 8 were short prints. So just going to show you a few of the cards that we got from this here blaster. Some of the better stuff. So we did get a Bo Jackson on the foil filigree. Cool. Bo nose. So that's cool. And the filigree. I'll get to this one last. Speaking of Lottier, we got him again on the chrome. Just base chrome, not refractor. Alright. I believe I separated the rookies. So Rushing, Ryan, River Ryan, Smith, Cam Smith, Hines, Reese, McRae for the Giants. Baseball season coming up pretty quick, folks. Excited about that. This guy, Junior, Vera, hello, Chris Fitchner. He's the first autograph I pulled for 2025. Mini framed autograph of Fitchner. So that's where we'll leave it. There's still some more cards, but nothing really that you haven't already seen. So that's what we did on the Allen-Ginters. So now, oh no, we got one more card, folks. One more card. I apologize. We did pull this out of a blaster. So that other blaster that I got at the San Jose card show had something similar to this and something extra on top of this, which I'll get to down the road. So what you got here is musician Ty Verdes. Alright, and that is an X-Fractor. So we did pull an X-Fractor out of this blaster, folks. So that's cool. That's neato. And that'll give you a clue for that San Jose Card Show blaster that I'm talking about. Alright, so only the second X-Fractor we've ever pulled. Okie dokie, so now we're going to zip through the Sportkings Volume 5, which came out last year. So early 2025, late 2024. So just to give you guys an idea, Sportkings, what they do is they do a set every year or two, and it just picks up. So like these would be cards, you know, 83 to like 116. And then the next volume would be like 117 to 145. So it comes with the retail base set. Now you can get these in hobby boxes, which have some really, really good hits, autographs, cut signatures, patch. You know, no low quality relics, but like high-end relics if you were to get a hit from them. But about $200. They actually had one at that Lefty's sports cards up there in Burlingame, and plus you get a bunch of different short prints and everything. But that's like $200. But you do have the odds of getting some really good big people. So anyways, each one of these blasters comes with this base set of the full-size cards, and then you get this pack here, which is where you get the short prints and the guaranteed hit. So let's show you what we got here. You might have seen that already. Alright, so there's the packaging. And you get minis. The minis for this are the Gaudi size minis, like the 33 Babe Ruths and stuff like that. So you get these minis here. So her, Barry Sanders. I'm not going to show you the back. You can go look at my other videos if you want to read what they say on the back, because I've done a ton of these before. Piggott, wrestler. Alright, and we'll show you. I can just zip through it, right? Marathon, football. So just like the Gaudis or Big League from back in the 1930s. Alright. So there's your minis, which of course I dig. Not quite the same as a tobacco mini, but compared to a full-size card, you know, there was no standard card size in the 1900s, early, you know, in the 1800s till tobacco, World War One, used to be tobacco-sized minis, and then after that it was just random, but they still did kind of mini cards. This is probably more Cracker Jack style size, and then now you got your standard cards here. Alright, but I still dig them. I mean, they're not as good as the tobacco minis, but still cool. Alright, so the short prints are these blue ones, and then I think in the hobby box they have the blue short print glossies as well that you get instead of just cardboardy. But it's kind of like the back. The front's kind of like the back as far as the texture or whatever, you know, glossiness, as to where the front's just kind of semi-gloss, kind of flat, velvety looking. But I like them. I think they're cool. I know a lot of people think they're ugly cards, but I like old style cards. They're more simple. They don't need to be all fancy like modern chrome and all that. They don't, you know. I think I got her relic or her autograph, because I did buy one of those hobby boxes. You go back and watch those videos, and our guaranteed hit. Congratulations. Blah blah blah. You can pause that and read it if you like. Professional hockey player. Boom. So not the best relics as far as the ones that just show like the jersey, but I believe that's the reason they do this is because this came from that jersey. So they're actually showing you jersey, because some of them will have the player on it, you know, and actually show you the player, which probably people like more, but that's why they just show the shirt, is because this is where it came from. So for the low, you know, the lower end blaster products, they're just going to give you like a napkin relic, and then like this 7 and the 2s and the corners and whatever, the patches and all that. That'll be for the hobby packs. I don't know if they're coming out again, because I believe Sage sold them to something or something like that. But anyways, there you go, hockey. All right, now we got 2 more of these boxes, and that'll be that. So, like I said, each one comes with one of those boxes. And here we go. So box number 2. I gotta still send Robert from Robert Commenting Collector the Hulk Hogan card that I promised him. I have a mini, but I don't know where it's at right now. So this guy again. The great Dominique Wilkins. Go look up his highlight videos. If you don't know who he is, he was like Michael Jordan, but on like just monster dunks. So any of you basketball fans who don't know Dominique Wilkins, go check him out on YouTube. This guy, Chris Mullin on the mini. Then a short print Hulk Hogan on the blue. Rest in peace, Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Him and the Macho Man. Hopefully they're wrestling in heaven. Alright, and then you got Barry Sanders on the short print. Alright, now this one I was going to show you the difference between this kind of relic and boom, there you go, Chris Mullin. So isn't that sweet? So Chris Mullin kind of makes sense up here in the bay. So 2-time Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame inductee Chris Mullin. Professional basketball game Sportkings guarantees authenticity of this memorabilia. So it is a swatch from a uniform worn by 2-time blah 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 inductee during a professional basketball game. So game used according to that. So it's got a little more color than just the normal napkin relic. That shows you the shirt it came from, and I don't know if that's the shirt that he's wearing that it came from, but there you go. Chris Mullin, that's not bad. You know, these things were like $20 for a blaster, and you get a guaranteed relic. I mean, spend $24 on tops to $39 or whatever they're charging for blasters now, and 19 out of 20 times nowadays, the way it is with Fanatics, you won't even see a relic. How many blasters I went through and didn't get a relic? A lot, people. Alright, let's wrap this up. So, speak of the devil, Chris Mullin on his mini. So that's sweet. So you can read about him there. If you want to pause that, let's put these two together. Alright, so his base mini and his relic. So that's sweet. And then we would have the full-size one in that blue box that I was showing you. Alright, the wrestler again. Him again. So a lot of repeats, people. But they're pretty cool. I mean, they're not the greatest cards, but look at that blue. I love that blue. That just very indigo. They're kind of purpley. I think they're really attractive cards myself, but I'm nostalgic. So Billy Sims. Alright, our short prints. Gertrude Edrue. Read about her. Chris Mullin again, folks. There you go. So we got the short print. Doesn't look anything like him on that picture. He looks like he's wearing a wig. But Chris Mullin. So there's from St. John's. Blah, blah, blah. Mullin also won his first Olympic gold in 84 games. So there you go. Short print. So we did good on the Chris Mullin. And folks, here's another actually a pretty good card for, you know, just basic what you're gonna get. Alan Trammell. So Hall of Famer Alan Trammell. So we got pretty good basketball star. Maybe not as well known hockey player, but still, if you're into hockey, I'm sure you know who he is. Chris Mullin. You know, pretty popular name from basketball in the years gone by. And then Alan Trammell. For us that grew up in the 80s, definitely a name you would be familiar with. Hall of Fame. Alan Trammell. Now it's a napkin relic, but still, that's a pretty cool image. And yeah, so are you getting your money back? Probably not. You know, but I enjoy the cards. I like the minis, short prints. And you never know who you get. Like, what did I get? Messier or Ronaldo relic in one of those blasters. So you can get some big stuff, you know. So that one card probably ended up paying for 5 that I bought, you know. But anyways, so Hall of Famer, and it's always nice to have Hall of Famer stuff. And leverage these down the road for a basketball fan or hockey fans, and who knows, maybe that'll get me more baseball stuff because that's what I care about. But hey, there it is, folks. 3 relics, X-Fractor, and foil filigree. So was it the greatest pulls? No, but it was fun, you know. And I like picking up this stuff because I'm guaranteed something at least. So yeah, you know, there it is, people. Thanks for watching Old Style Classics Baseball Cards. Leave comments, like, subscribe, notify, all that stuff if you wouldn't mind. It'd be nice to get to 300 subscribers going into my 3rd year, starting later this year. And there it is. Thanks, people, for watching old fashion style baseball cards. See ya. My wife says bye.